How's everybody's day going?
Merry Christmas, Wise Ape.
Merry Christmas, Abismo. You out of all people deserve a happy holiday.
I don't deserve shit.
Have a merry, jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the
You don't have to
year.
blow on my asshole, dude.
Why? Why do you think you don't deserve shit?
Does
Why would you say that I above all people? I don't need somebody blowing fucking air up my butthole right now.
Because you have
Abe, do you think
inherent
anyone,
value and meaning, right? You are intrinsically valuable, right? You're
Abe, do you think the universe deserves to exist?
you're part of this universe, right? This
No,
is
no, no.
this
Do you think all of creation deserves to exist?
deserves. What a fascinating word choice, right? And it's
I hate that
amazing
word.
because it does. Deserve, should, like we should be using the words like these, right? Because
Why?
once you get a subject, right, which is a sound mind, right, they can uh, they can invent or an emergent word like deserve and should, right? They emerge and it's a beautiful thing. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, I mean the word deserve only makes sense in a context, but like in a void, then
Yeah,
like
dude,
someone deserves
dude,
this, someone like
there's a
creation deserves to exist.
there's
That
a
makes no sense.
subject. Of course, we subjects have emerged in this universe so we can appreciate words like deserve. And you know what? You deserve to be here, and I'm glad you're part of
Why?
existence.
What did I do before I existed to
You're
deserve to exist?
doing it. You're doing it, sir. Like you're part of it, man. It's cool. It's really good. And I'm glad, right? I'm
No,
sorry.
I
Is
think your definition or
have you
yeah,
adopted a worldview that has like poisoned your mind, like maybe Christianity or some other Abrahamic religion?
did
I'm a
you
pastor now.
adopt arrogance and
I'm
pride, or did you
I'm a
adopt pride to think that you
oh
deserve anything in
pride,
life? Do
sir.
you deserve to be born? What did
What
you
is
do
your
before you were
religious
born?
background? What is your religious background, sir?
I mean,
Your
how's
mom?
that relevant? But Catholicism. But like,
Okay, all right, good. There's
explain
a
to me
thank thank you for sharing.
how does anyone deserve anything? Like how
60,
like
80.
I just explained you must be spurging, right? And like forgetting
because they exist, therefore they deserve to exist. Is that your explanation?
subjects, right? What did I say about being a subject and how deserve is an emergent property out of subjectivity?
It's an emergent. So entitlement is a emergent property of subjectivity.
S- subjectivity. Yeah.
So how do you get?
Subjectivity is a beautiful thing, right?
Yeah,
Without
yeah, but
subjectivity,
how
you wouldn't
do you
know of
go from
existence.
subjectivity to objectivity now?
Oh, that's the only way you can go, right? Because without a subject, you wouldn't know what an object is, right? So, uh, enjoy this gift, right? I'm a pastor now, and this is part of my job is to help clear up the the misinformation that's out there, like being spread by like Catholicism, right? So, yeah,
Who made you a pastor? Who made you a pastor, bruh?
dude, I'm intrinsically a pastor, bro. It's just what I am, what I do, right? And it's I'm self-actualized, right? And I'm validated by
You
existence, right? I
you
exist
should
as a
learn
pastor.
humility.
So according to your worldview, then you deserve to be a pastor because you deserve to be alive.
I deserve to be alive because I'm a subject with an emergent deserving property, right? Dude, it's a beautiful thing, right? Anyway, God bless you guys. I'm here to pastor you at
Okay,
any time.
continue
If you'd like,
continue with your circle.
you're welcome. Because I'm not exclusive of Catholicism. I mean, I love you, brothers.
Yeah, how could you? How could you be? You have a circular worldview.
Circularity is not bad, but I'm not defending it on circularity. That's where you fall into problems, right? Tautologies are base, right? They're like the truest thing that can be.
No,
But it's
tautologies
just when,
can be working premises, but they're not usually the
yeah,
strongest premises.
I heard you the other day, right? A tautology may be valid. It's always going to be valid, but it may not be sound. That's what I
Correct.
did not hear you say. Like, it may not. So, like, if you say, if a banana is an ape, then a banana is an ape, right? That is a valid tautology, right? But it's not sound, right? Because the working premises, as you put, bananas aren't apes, right?
30, 34, 38.
But if you grant miracles, like if you grant
Yeah, but
miracles in
then
your
yeah.
worldview, then a banana could be an ape. Like under Catholicism, you have no way of knowing whether this banana will be an ape in the next moment or not, right?
So,
Because miraculously,
ape,
a banana could turn
hold on.
into an ape, right?
But we use
No, that's
science
just a
to like
reptile.
verify.
Under
We use science to
Catholicism or
verify.
Christianity
Miracles
or
have to.
Islam, you can't know anything, right? You're a divine solipsist. Like you're an
No, there
incognito
miracles have
solipsist,
to
right?
break the laws of physics.
Incognito solipsist, right?
Yeah, you don't want to like really
Oh,
be forthcoming about
I'll
your
be back, guys.
solipsistic mindset, but it's solipsistic. And I'm here to pastor you, right? Make things more
No, you'd be
coherent, right?
one could be considered a solipsist if you had a circular worldview, right? You, which you admit to having a circular worldview, right? Like you're not going to manipulate us into thinking that we're just as circular as you are. We're not circular in the same way.
No, see, I like you're less parsimonious. So
Parsimony is not a theoretical virtue, though.
I'm down with
Do you understand? Do you
tautologies,
understand the
right?
principle of parsimony is actually antithetical to the theoretical virtues?
Yeah, parsimony here's the
Okay.
thing. Parsimony, look,
So
it's
you
just
either right.
tautologist,
So you
but you
either start with the
when
premise
you
that
when you
knowledge is
add
possible, or you're just a parsimony nominalist, right? You're just
look
ultimately you just follow William of Occam's,
if you don't value
truism about
parsimony, it's like you're adding things into the frame. Like if you take a picture, like that's pretty much a picture is a
yeah, but
tautology
this
of
is
a
just a
picture.
primitive way of
But
thinking,
then
man.
you add a god. You're like,
Occam's razor is not a methodology, you dumbass.
I wasn't claiming that. I'm just saying,
Occam's razor is just is just ad hoc rationalization.
like if I have $5 in my wallet, right? I got $5 to say I got five
Yeah,
dollars
but
plus $1 million. It's not
ad hoc
parsimonious,
rationalization
right?
doesn't even pass the constructivist test.
Look, how much value have I brought to your life today?
Zero, because your life is just a circle.
A little bit.
Look, do you know I'm just getting ready to pass the hat? Is that like, did that influence your response? I mean,
Passing the hat, are you just shifting the goalposts now? What are we talking about? This is just a non sequitur.
all right. I mean, whenever you feel the Lord has guided you to give, right? You know, and if you want to be blessed in that way, right? I'll give you
No,
my
we still have we still have your head in the gallows right now. How are you not a solipsist, sir?
look. I've developed the heretic fork, and it's an apparatus that you wear around your neck. And if you would like, I could you know wear have you wear it, right? The heretic's fork.
All I can say is if
God loves
I
you.
can assume that it's gonna work for somebody's throat like you claim it does, then it could also work for your ass, and that's probably what I would do to you.
Ouch! 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 My gosh, a heretic's fork for the ass. Ugh, it'd be so uncomfortable. You'd never get a moment's rest.
No, you wouldn't.
Anyway, do you think there's any utility in what I'm saying? Do you think I'm on to something?
No, because
It's,
you're employing circular reasoning, and like I told you before, how could you claim to have utility
wait, the
if you
church.
believe parsimony to be a theoretical virtue? Is parsimony, quote unquote, as a principle is antithetical to the theoretical virtues. So there's like you're literally conceding that there's no utility in what you're saying.
Well, I'm not tracking you because
Yeah, because
the
you don't even
theological
understand where the principle of
virtues.
parsimony comes from, you dumbass.
Look, the church fathers agree with me, right?
No, well you can talk about parsimony in a sense where like of the given information that we have, we're gonna make a best decision on on the information that we have, so to speak. Right.
Look,
That could
are you
be
a Trinitarian or not?
that can be
Are you just
considered like a parsimonious truth, right? Based on the available data that we have, right? But then you can also talk about parsimony when it comes to like the utility of language, right? The usefulness of language. And then now you're making an analytic claim. You're not making a knowledge claim, you're making a claim about how logic works.
look? My world, my arms are open, right? And there's order, right? There's some laws, there's some rules, there's some things to follow, right? There's things like gravity and scarcity. We're going to make it a post-scarcity society. Uh, things like resources and I'm just spurging out, but recycling. What more could you ask for, right? When every luxury item that you could conceive of is accessible, right? What's your worldview have to offer? Like, it's almost like middle age technology that you're advocating for, like with Catholicism. Are you a Catholic, sir?
Yeah, of course.
Right. Like, so what ancient practices, right, are benefiting your life, like through Catholicism? Are you married?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Look, I think Catholicism is just holding you back
Okay.
from right. There's greater tools, right? You wouldn't. I don't think you're really
Is religion just a tool?
just a
Yeah,
tool.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. You're making a bunch of like reductivist claims, right?
Yeah,
So,
it's just a tool, right? It doesn't interact.
oh,
It's
okay,
like
I see.
it's a very crude tool, right? I'm a pastor now, so if
Yeah,
you'd
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah. So
pastor,
now, right. Now we're back in we're stuck in the vicious circle again.
11, 12.
Great.
wait a second. What if it's not a tool? What category
That's
does
not
it
how to
fall into?
construct an argument.
What category is religion?
I don't know what could be.
So you don't even know what it is. I told you what it is, and you were rejecting it. So do you
Right.
have a
Well,
category?
you're just saying that it's a tool, right?
And
Well, what kind of
10,
tool is
30,
it?
32.
Do we agree? Does it fall into that category?
I mean, we don't have to agree on anything yet.
10,
So what
20.
kind of
We
tool
don't
is
we
it?
don't have to, but are you comfortable with calling it a tool?
Well, you haven't convinced
120.
me. You haven't demonstrated anything to me of how it is a tool. So I don't know what you're
My
asking for agreement on.
intuitions
Yeah, now okay,
are
okay.
telling
And then
me
right.
that
So
you
you're a
agree with me.
solipsist, right? You're a
You agree with
solipsist.
me that
Well,
you
that's the thing. You're just preaching your intuition, so you're the solipsist. Your
yeah. Well,
intuition tells you
I
that it's
can
a
trust
tool.
my yes,
Right,
and
so that's the thing. You're conceding the argument. You're making a claim that it's a tool. You're not providing like a demonstration of it, and then you're just saying
look, the
intuition.
church
So you're a
fathers agree with
solipsist,
me.
man. Circle.
No, I'm appealing to the church fathers, right?
No,
They
all
agree
you
with me.
have is a
I'm appealing.
self-validating and self-referential perspective on how religion is a tool.
I'm not just appealing to my intuitions and myself. I'm
Okay, so now
appealing
you're
to
just shifting the
others, like the
goalpost
church
because, like,
fathers, right?
literally, like 30 seconds ago, you said it was based on your intuitions.
Intuitions is part of it, right? Of course, I'm not a divine
No,
solipsist.
you're
Like
kind of
I believe I
backpedaling now.
exist.
How can we? So if you lied to us before, then how can we trust you for anything else you say after that.
No, see, because you reject you are trying to be such an incognito solipsist that you reject the self, right? You're acting like I could never appeal to myself or my intuitions, because like you're so afraid of
You
being
can't without
labeled a
qualification. You
solipsist.
can't, or else you end up in a vicious circle.
It's not circular. I'm
It
appealing
is
to the
circular.
church fathers, right? They agree with me. I am a descendant of the church fathers. The fathers are dead. I'm a living, breathing manifestation of a father, right? And I'm a
Yeah, this is
pastor
all.
now.
Yeah, this is all solipsism. Listen, you keep repeating, right, this pattern of thought, and you're gonna end up, right, just objectively becoming a scam artist.
Nah, nah, nah,
At
nah.
some
Look,
point, it's no longer gonna be a joke for you. It's gonna be a
the,
habit that you build. That's our worldview.
well,
Even if you do
here's
it,
the thing.
even if you do it for fallacious purposes, you can like fallaciously actually attain a fallacious virtue. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but here's the thing. You're such a scammer, right, with
Oh, you're
Catholicism
oh right, right, right.
and
Yeah,
stuff
you're
that
just projecting. So
you're
I'm
afraid.
rubber and you're glue,
This
right?
seems like a scam
Whatever
to you.
you
This
say bounces off me and sticks onto you,
You're
right there.
like, oh my God, like we've been scamming people for centuries, and now that like somebody's actually corresponding to reality and able to
Interesting. Okay,
provide
so
better
now you're
tools,
appealing to
you're calling me a scam, right?
correspondence theory, right? All
So
right.
when I identify as a pastor, you're saying scam, 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 but like all these other people, right? These other pastors, you're like, oh,
Okay.
no scam here to be found. Like you're scammed. Don't
No,
you
the
realize
reason
it?
why you're a scam is because you're appealing to your own private intuitions.
No, no,
This form of privation is literally solipsism.
no. You're denying the self, right? Catholicism and Islam and
So,
stuff, they ask you to deny the self and be a divine solipsist, right? You're less of
so why
me,
is it?
more of thee, right? Right? So you're trying to be less of yourself, right? And more
Mhm.
of something else. Like you're a divine solipsist. You don't, and you grant miracles, so you can't even know anything, right? Because a banana could be an ape. Like
That's not the
if
way
you
that it
grant,
works. If it's conceivable that there
I
is a
know it
God,
doesn't work
then it's
that way. Like
conceivable
bananas
of
aren't
the
apes.
of the objective intervention of God. So if it's possible for a God, then yes, it's possible for miracles to exist. Simple as that, right? But nowhere is
Yeah, that's
anyone in
not a
that logical
sound.
demonstration. No, it is
That
sound. It
that tautology is
is not
valid,
only
but it's not
valid, or
sound.
is not
Then
only sound, it's also a valid claim.
in order for it to be sound, you got to demonstrate the God, right?
So philosophically, intuitionism differs from logicism by treating logic as a part of mathematics rather than as a foundation of mathematics. From
But I
finitism by allowing constructive reasoning about potentially unaccountable structures,
You're
and
just
from
rambling
Platonism by
stuff.
viewing mathematical objects as mental constructs with no independent ideal
no
existence.
problem watching.
Hilbert's formulist program to justify classical
You're
mathematics
just
by reducing it
semantically
to a
masturbating.
formal system whose consistency should be established by the finistic means was the most powerful contemporary rival
This
to
is
Brouwer's
semantic
developing
masturbation.
intuitionism. In his 1912 essay,
No.
Intuitionism and Formalism, Brouwer correctly predicted that any attempt to prove the consistency of a complete induction on the natural numbers would lead to a vicious circle.
Yeah, that was semantic
So,
masturbation.
we know Sufism is wrong. We know like Platonism is wrong. It's just a circle.
Oh boy. So I hope I've provided value for you today.
Listen,
And
you can hope all you want, right? But we're probably just going to be highly suspect that you're virtuous at all in your hope.
it's okay. I'm planting a seed, right?
Yeah, you're Johnny Appleseed. You can go stick your yeah. I mean, here's the thing: you tried to stick your dick in other people's butts in this chat, but you're unsuccessful. So you can go find some other butts to try to stick your dick into. That's a you problem, not a me problem.
As long as they're consenting, and able to, what's the word? When you give consent? Damn it, that's weird.
Anyways, Boethius is in the chat now. So we're gonna shift gears, okay, Wise Ape?
Sure, yeah.
If you want to
Mary,
join
I'm
us,
not
you
sure. I'm
can,
not sure Mary was like
but
old enough or developed enough to give consent, right?
yeah,
And
we're
that's
not
one of
gonna
the
talk about
major
that.
tenets of Catholicism, right? When Yahweh impregnated Mary, like how young was she?
16.
You know, there's
I
also a
think,
tradition that exists that Mary retained a painless birth because like the angels did the whole C-section operation and just pulled it out of her womb and then gave it to her. Anyways, now
yeah,
that
that's
that's
not
over.
sound. Anyway,
Yeah,
yeah.
not sound, not sound.